Section 5.4, using models to subtract fractions. This one is just as easy as addition, maybe even easier. All you have to do is place your fraction strip on the appropriate number line. So you got to figure out which number line you're going to use. Are you going to use halves? Are you going to use thirds, fourths, fifths? And then place the one that you're subtracting away on that number line and see what you end up with. I'll show you an example coming up. So let's say we have this, 7/12 subtract 1/2. So if you look at the bottom number, remember you couldn't add unless you made the bottom number the same. In the next lesson, we'll talk about how to find out what the lowest one is that will be the same, or the lowest common multiple. So if I count by 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. There you go. So I can make this become twelfths. So twelfths will work quite nicely as the number line to use. So I've got my twelfths, so I'm going to go and find 7/12 on my number line. So 7/12 is right here. Then I'm going to take my 1/2 fraction strip, and I'm going to put it right on the 7/12. So it ends right on the 7/12. So now it's going to be 7/12, take away the 1/2, so I'm going this way. So I'm going to take away the 1/2, and I end up on 1/12. So it's very simple to just take the fraction you're taking away, put it on your number line, and then see where you end up at the bottom. Let's try it with pattern blocks. So I've got my pattern blocks, and of course this represents the whole thing. So I've got 1/2 of that shaded, and I'm going to take away 1/3 of my entire thing. So if I were to break this up, I could simply take this and say that this is broken into thirds, and I have 1/3 of it shaded. So now I'm going to take my third, and I'm going to subtract it from my half. And when I do that, I end up with this little piece here, this red piece. So I'll cover it up, and I'll end up with this red piece. Okay, so that's all I have left. This is covered up now. I have this piece here, which of course is, if I were to show you it all split up. So let's break our whole up into pieces and see what that really ends up being. And there we go. So now I've broken it up into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equal pieces. And this little piece right here, this red piece now, is 1/6. So it'll end up being 1/6. So that's the two ways to do it, using either pattern blocks or fraction strips. I could change this one. Let's say I wanted to take away, let me see, third. Let's say I wanted to go back here, and instead of being 1/2, I'm going to say it's 1/3. Let's see what we can do. So subtract 1/3. So this is no good. This is 1/2. So I'll have to go back and get a third fraction strip. So I'll copy that, and I'll paste him. So again, it's 7/12 subtract 1/3. So here's 7/12. Let's put the 1/3 on it perfectly. And your answer will be, if you go down to this one, 3/12 is your answer. So it doesn't matter which one you switch it up, as long as you take your one that you're subtracting, fraction strip, and put it on the right number line. That'll make it land on one of these answers. Here's another example of a pattern block. So I've got 1/2, so here's a half, and then I take 1/6. Remember, this was a sixth piece. No matter where you put it, this is 1/6. So I'm going to subtract 1/6. So I'm going to take my 6 and cover up. Oops, let me send it to the front. I'm going to cover up part of my 1 right here. There you go. So all I have left here now is this piece right here, this red piece, because this is covered up. I guess if I wanted to change color of this, I could change this to yellow so you could really see it being covered up. There you go. So all you have left showing is this piece right here. And as you know, this is 1/3 because you can split this up rather easily into 3 pieces. Okay, so there's 1 piece, there's 2 pieces, there's 3, so there is only 1/3 left showing. So my answer is 1/3. After the next lesson, you can use your mathematical way of using math symbols in order to solve this, so you can double check it, even if you didn't know how to do this part. Here's another one. It says use each diagram to subtract. Okay, so here's what we have. We have 3/4, and we're going to subtract 1/2. So this is 3/4. What's half of this entire circle? Well, we're going to cover up this right here. So this is 1/2 covered up. And what's left? There's only 1 piece left uncovered out of the 4 pieces that are left. And that's what you end up with as your answer. I'm going to try another one down here. You have 5/6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you're going to take away 2/3. So if you break these into 3 pieces, remember this is your third, shaped like that. This is your other one, like that. And then this is your third third. So now that is broken into thirds, and I'm going to take 2 of them away. So this one's gone, and this one's gone. And all I am left with that is still shaded is 1 measly little piece right here, which is 1. And I better put it in a different color. This is the only thing left that's not going to be covered, and it's only 1 piece out of 6 covered up. Going down to one more. It says, what size number line would you need to use if you did a problem with fraction strips? So if you did this one up here, would you use 1/6 or 1/3? Well, if you count by 3s, you've got 3, 6, 9. If you count by 6s, you've got 6, 12, and you end up with both of them the same, so you would use 6th number line. Okay, down here we have this one right here. Now, if I had 5/6 down bottom, and I wanted to take away 2/3, which is what I have here, okay? So I could take this whole thing again and bring it on down. And I want to take away 2/3. So I'm going to use my 6th number line because it's broken into 6 pieces. I'm going to take away 2/3, so I have 2 of them put together. 1/3 plus 1/3 will give me 2 of them. And I'm going to place it right on the 5/6 and see what I get. There we go. So go down to the beginning, and it's 1/6 is your answer. So that's how you would determine whether or not you would use a number line based upon 6th. I could have probably used 12ths, but it might have taken a little bit longer to do.